Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few forwards I looked at this week. The first forward, Kelly Oubre of the Philadelphia 76ers. So Kelly Oubre, it's been a solid year for him once again for the Sixer team. And he's available in 51% of fantasy leagues. So this is the last chance for owners to go out there and get him on the year. 13.4 points a game, 5.8 boards, 1.6 assists, 1.4 steals, 1.2 threes, and 45% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's been playing well. 17.8 points a game, 6.2 boards, 1.8 assists, 2.8 steals, and 47% from the field. So scoring, steals, and rebounds is what Oubre is going to bring fantasy owners. And he's playing major minutes all season long for this Philadelphia 76er team, about 35-40 minutes a game. I know he's banged up a little bit, missing some games January 1st to the 4th, but he's been back and playing well. January 8th versus the Wizards, 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, a 350% from the field. January 10th versus the Pelicans, 21 points, 7 boards and assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 38% from the field. Then January 12th at the Magic, 12 points, 4 boards and assists, 2 steals, 45% from the field. So we know a lot of injuries this Sixer team has had up and down the roster all season long. But guys like Paul George and Joel Embiid, they're 2 top players, arguably, on this. 2 of their top 3 players on this team. They've missed a lot of time this year, and that's where guys like Oubre are going to have value all season long, I believe, where they got to pick up the scoring pace or anything, the scoring a little bit, or even other categories bringing on it. So right now, like I said, Oubre out there in 51% of fantasy leagues. He's doing a little bit of everything for this Philadelphia 76er team, and he's playing major minutes where guys like George and Embiid, you don't know game by game if they're going to play or not. So Oubre playing a good role, and he's been like a utility man that could do a lot for this 76er team. He's definitely worth an ad this week. The next ad, Jaime Jaquez of the Miami Heat. So Jaquez, he's starting to get that playing time up, especially since Jimmy Butler's been suspended from the Heat team and most likely traded in the next few weeks before the deadline. He's getting an opportunity once again and made the most of it on the year. 9.5 points a game, 4.8 boards, 2.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and 43% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 12.9 points a game, 5.6 boards, 4.7 assists, 1.9 steals, and 50% from the field. So Jaquez getting an opportunity, like I said, starting for this Miami Heat team, playing about 30-35 minutes a game. And he's even had a triple-double last week at the Kings January 6th. So he's getting opportunities and playing well. January 7th at the Warriors, 18 points, 5 boards, and assists, a 358% from the field. January 9th at the Jazz, 20 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 63% from the field. Then January 11th at the Trailblazers, 11 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, 44% from the field. So right now, this Miami Heat team, they've actually won 3 in a row. They're starting to turn things around a little bit, even though it's been some weaker teams in the West, Utah and the Trailblazers. But Jaquez, he's been a nice part of it, and he's getting an opportunity for this Miami Heat team once again. And right now, I think he can help fantasy owners in 3 or 4 categories, and he's available in tons of leagues still. Jaquez in 62%. The next forward, Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs. So Johnson, good versatility, shooting guard, small forward, powered forward, he qualifies at. And this season, I know the numbers are down from last, 12.5 points a game, 5.2 boards, 1.5 assists, 1.1 threes, and 45% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's picked it up. 15.6 points a game, 6.4 boards, an assist, 1.6 threes, and 48% from the field for Johnson. So Johnson out there in 75% of fantasy leagues, and he's scoring the basketball at a good rate, rebounding, and he's hitting about a 3.5 to 2 a game. January 4th versus the Nuggets, 10 points, 8 boards, and assist, a block, a 3, 37% from the field. January 6th at the Bulls, 11 points, 3 boards, and assist, a steal, a 3, 50% from the field. Then January 8th at the Bucks, 24 points, 11 boards, and assists, 2 threes, 46% from the field. So January 11th, that game at the Lakers obviously canceled with the Wildfires, and we'll see if he plays tonight, if that game's not postponed once again at the Los Angeles Lakers. So Johnson scoring the basketball, rebounding, and hitting the 3-ball. And obviously one of the younger players and hired paid contract guys on the Spur team, playing about 25 minutes a game. So I think he's a decent hand off the waiver wire. We saw last season he averaged 15 points per game. And we'll see if he can get back to that point for the San Antonio Spurs team. So right now, if you need some scoring and rebounding and a versatile player who qualifies at 3 positions, he's definitely an ad This week, the Knicks add Noah Clowney of the Brooklyn Nets. So we know this net team, they're going to play all the young guys. And Clowney has great versatility as well. More forward, powered, forward, and center. He qualifies that in fantasy basketball. And he's available in tons of fantasy leagues right now, is Clowney. At 77% on the season, 9.3 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 1.9 threes, 38% from the field. But the last couple weeks since these trades with Finney Smith, going back a month ago with Schroeder, 10.8 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.8 threes, and 30% from the field. So I know field goal percentage, he's going to hurt fantasy owners, no doubt about it, is Clowney, but very versatile. And he could give you 3 or 4 categories as well. January 6th, versus the Pacers, 14 points, 4 boards, and assists, 3 threes, 26% from the field. January 8th, versus the Pistons, 29 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 threes, 45% from the field. January 10th at Denver, 14 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, a steal, a 3, 33% from the field. And January 12th, a horrible game at the Jazz, no doubt about it. No points, 5 boards and assists, obviously a bad game. He did have 10 shot attempts in that one, but like I said, with this net team going nowhere this season, playing all the young kids, he's going to get a lot of playing time, and he's playing about 30-35 minutes a game. So with his versatility and with him showing some upside over the last few games here, besides that stinker he put in at the Jazz, I think Clowney's a good ad. And like I said, out there in 77% of fantasy league. And the 5th and final forward I looked at is Peyton Watson of the Denver Nuggets. So Watson, he's been a decent pickup over the last couple weeks. He's available right now in 86% of fantasy leagues, and he's getting good playing time for this Nugget team, even though Aaron Gordon returned to the lineup finally in the latest ball game on the season. 8.9 points a game, 3.5 boards, 1.5 assists, 1.1 blocks, and 48% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 9.6 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.9 blocks, and 48% from the field. So right now, he's been a 4-category type of player, and he's playing major minutes, about 30-35 minutes a game, is Watson. And this Nugget team, they're playing well. 4 out of 5 they've won now. January 8th versus the Clippers, 9 points, 4 boards, and assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 40% from the field. January 10th versus the Nets, 10 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 60% from the field. And January 12th at the Mavs, 10 points, 6 boards, an assist, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 60% from the field. So Watson's going out there. He's playing major minutes, either off the bench or starting at times for this Denver Nugget team. But with this Nugget team, we know they're not a deep team, losing a lot of key bench pieces over the last couple seasons. Obviously, with the cap and guys getting big money, especially after winning the championship, like a Bruce Brown going back a couple years ago. So Watson, like I said, he's made the most of his opportunity, playing major minutes, and he's going to help in some scoring, rebounding, assisting, and stealing of the basketball, and even shot blocking as well. So right now, well, he's a versatile player, and he's bringing 4 or 5 categories in deeper leagues for fantasy owners. I think he's a solid ad this week. So that's a few forwards I looked at for week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.